What's going on, everybody? It's Jeff here. Welcome back to the channel. In this video, guys, I'm going to be giving you another update on Microvision. I had first covered it on my channel back on April 18th. After taking a look at the charts and knowing that they hadn't announced anything about their A sample long range LiDAR, and they were expected to announce that in April. They stated the news in February, and they had continually stated that they were on track to meeting that deadline. That was not announced yet. And also, just looking at the charts, finding it at the support. We'll get into the charts to show you exactly what I saw. I then talked about it again on my channel on the 27th, after it already had its run up to $31. We were still awaiting the news of the A sample. It was dropped on the 28th, the day after. It ran up from 19 to about 25, and then there was that strong sell off. I thought the news was going to be announced on the earnings call, and it happened a day earlier. Since then, revenue was horrible, 500,000 last quarter. Okay, I always talk about Microvision. It's like the 40-year-old that has like 15 college degrees but no job. Okay, the amount of patents they have and the technology behind them is going to be very valuable in the future. It's not sold as of yet. Okay, but the shorts, the hedge funds, the institutions have been shorting the stock absolutely hard because the valuation is very far ahead of earnings. And when you look at the basic fundamentals of investing, it just trades so ahead. But in this video, guys, I want to give you an update of what could potentially happen this month, where we stand at in the charts, and then also a broader view to all of you young guys who are getting into investing, guys. So stick around, you're not going to miss this. For those of you that are new to the channel, all I ask is that you hit that like button and subscribe and join the family. And if you're interested in joining our private community, first link in the description. We have hundreds of members. We talk stocks and strategies all day long, and they do include this stock that had a two, guys. So if you're interested, guys, come check it out. We'd love to have you. Let's get into the video. First off, I just want to take a look at the charts where we saw, you can see this massive 200% run. Like I'd said, I'd seen the pattern that it was continuously having. It had the 5 points of resistance at just over that $19 level. We were once again hitting that $10 support. The news wasn't released yet. It was heavily shorted, and I said, you know what? It's going to have another run. It definitely went higher than expected. I didn't expect it. I could see it testing that $24, $25 mark that it had, okay, earlier in February, but I didn't expect it to run to 31. Then, of course, lots of profit taking, which is natural after a huge run like that. The news was then dropped again about the A sample long range LiDAR, and that's where it ran from about 19 and change up to almost $26 before its final sell off, and then the biggest sell off after the earnings call. Okay, but let's get into a little bit about the company, where I see it going, and what speculatively could be happening in this month. Okay, so first of all, they announced that their long range LiDAR is differentiated high performance LiDAR sensor. It has the potential to advance autonomous driving and active safety systems beyond current sensors announced in the automotive market. All right, they expect it to be available for sale in third or fourth quarter, which is right around the corner. Okay, and they also believe that no LiDAR product on the market, ranging from frequency modulated continuous wave of time to time of flight, has the capability, all right, to achieve safety and successful autonomous driving. And this is delivered at low latency. So they have continuously stated that their equipment and technology stands above. Now, let's talk about some of these speculative rumors that are going on. First off, Ford is having another meeting on May 26th, which is also Microvision's shareholder meeting. I think some people thought that there was potentially going to be a merger announced. Okay, Microvision has had a for sale sign on the company for a long time. The whole board of directors say sell the company, sell the company. Okay, but I think a lot of people thought that it was potentially going to be announced. Just want to say this from my experience going forward, it's always the acquiring company that announces the acquisition. It's never the company actually being sold. However, Ford, you have being having that meeting on May 26th at the same time, at the same day, I'm sorry, as Microvision's shareholder meeting. You also have, which has been talked about as well, is NVIDIA. NVIDIA would be a huge Microvision would be a huge advancement for NVIDIA to acquire, as well as Google and Microsoft still speculatively talking about an acquisition as well. And there also are rumors of Apple, who want to get into the autonomous world. Microvision already partners with Microsoft with their HoloLens technology. They play a big role in that as well. The reason why I talk about Ford is because Ford needs a big move. They were also working with Velodyne, all right, and then potentially that deal had fallen through. But Ford needs a bit of a boost because they are behind the game when it comes to the world. So they're going to need a little bit of that boost. like I said, it's all speculative. Next thing I want to talk about, which is why I'm also bullish on Microvision in the long run, is because they have a market cap of $2 billion. And when you look at one of their biggest competitors, right, Luminar Technologies, there's a 7.34 billion. So you're talking that's 28 to 30% of a valuation, market cap valuation. So it does have some room to run. Now, if we go back to looking at the charts before the last thing I am going to talk about, guys, this has not yet found, I would say, its new level of support. It had a very brief 1 day, 24-hour span of that high 13, low $14 range of support. It looks like it bounced off of it and it's going to hit that again. I would like to see where it goes over the next couple of days before I am convicted enough to say that it has found a new level of support. Okay. But let me give you guys a broad overview. I've talked about this in other one of my videos. It was hard for us to imagine, okay, or anybody who was around, or your parents, okay, or if you guys are young, to imagine of what life was going to be and to say, oh yeah, everything in our world is going to be controlled off of this little, smartphone. And maybe it was hard for us to kind of see that. But now that we've gotten a little bit older, we've seen how much technology has advanced. When I say to people all the time that, listen, asphalt shingles are not going to be on roofs in 30 years, the reality. There's going to be solar shingles. Absolutely, it's 100% reality. When people talk about autonomous vehicles being a big player when it comes to ride sharing and buses or any type of community transport, it's going to happen. It's exactly where technology is showing. Well, this is just an overview of showing. First of all, this is a CAGR of 63% from 2021 to 2030, which is huge. Whenever I see that number above 20%, I'm interested. Look at this curve. This is where we're at in 2021. Look at this curve. This is the infancy. You're talking about buying Tesla, all right, when EVs were nothing. This is kind of where, this stock kind of stands. There's a lot of skepticism around Microvision because I'm sure you've heard this before me say this if you watch my videos, guys, is Microvision is like the 40-year-old with, 14 master's degrees and no jobs. They have tons of patents and tons of technology, but they haven't gotten the business fundamentals down to actually be able to monetize it and pull in that revenue. Although, like I said, it is one deal. Even besides an acquisition, it is a one step around the corner from up. But do some research into the autonomous vehicles market, guys. I'll continue to cover the stock. I had a lot of people reach out to me after that other video talking about the stock doubling. A lot of people were able to make some money on it. That's awesome. I'm glad for you. Those of you that got in late, like I said, if you're still holding, it's almost at that level of support. You sold for a little bit of loss. That's okay. Always learn from some of your investing mistakes. All right. And as we all do, we all take losses no matter how long you've been investing in the stock market. We all take losses, but I'll continue to update about this stock and just let you know where I think it's going, especially for the rest of this month, once it finds that next of support, guys. So that's it for this video. See you in the next one.